What's up guys and welcome to Myth Busting Mondays episode 70. Yes, this is the show where we bust the myths that you guys leave in the comment section below. So if you have any myths that you would like to see featured in next week's episode, all you've got to do is leave those in the comment section right now or at the end of the video and we'll see which ones get featured next week. Remember guys that we do have Brave in the Redwoods getting released next week as well. If you want to try and come up with some myths with Brave in the Redwoods just surrounding the trailer itself, feel free. And if you haven't done already guys, make sure you smash a like on this video. Let's aim for 3,115 likes, dudes. And without further ado, let's get on to the first myth of today's show. So the first myth of today's show, guys, is being sent in by my boy Skills Pro Gamer. And he says, myth. In Origins, if you get the MG08 from the box and Pack-a-Punch it, then do the Maxis drone Easter egg, can you get 2 Pack-a-Punched MG08s? By the way, love your videos. Thank you so much, dude, and you guys know that Origins is one of my favorite maps, so I really enjoyed doing this myth. So you guys know by now probably that there is a Maxis drone Easter egg on Origins, and all you've got to do is send the Maxis drone out to go and collect 4 yellow discs in specific locations around the map. Once all of those have been collected, a Pack-a-Punched MG08, which is a weapon specific to Origins, will spawn in right in front of the Pack-a-Punch machine. But you can also get one out of the mystery box, and what do you know, dudes? Right now, we are in a game with a normal MG08. So, now that we've got one normal MG08, we can go around the map collecting these yellow discs, and you know what, dudes? At this point in time, we have already collected 3 of them. So, we're going to now go up to the Pack-a-Punch area. We are going to send the Maxis drone up to collect the final yellow disc, and once he's got that, our Pack-a-Punch MG08 will spawn in front of the Pack-a-Punch machine, and then we can place ours in the Pack-a-Punch, pick up that one, and then see if we will have 2. So let's check this out, dudes. So we're running up to that Pack-a-Punch machine right now, guys, and we are going to send up our Maxis drone to go and collect that final yellow disc. So here we go. He's off. He's doing his duties, and he is going collecting that final yellow disc that you guys can see right there. So let's kill his final zombie as well, because we are trapped, and that is not good. We'll kill his final dude. Oh, the Maxis drone's done it for us. There's our Pack-a-Punch MG08. So we're going to place ours into the Pack-a-Punch machine, and then we will pick up the original one that we got from the Easter egg. Here we go. Let's pick it up. Boom. And then we'll switch weapons back to the Scar and swap the Scar for the MG08. And boom. Yes, dudes, we got it. We got 2. No, wait, 1. No. Okay, so what? So even though we swapped the Scar out, it still didn't take the Scar off us, and now we just have 1 Magna Collider. So it probably did the same thing as what the Blundergat did on last week's episode, where it gives us the ammo for the gun instead of giving us another gun, which is really annoying. But whatever, dudes, that Easter egg is really cool anyway. So at least we got to try out and play with the Pack-a-Punch MG08 for a little bit, dudes. But thank you so much for sending that in, Skill Pros Gamer. You are awesome, dude. And let's get on to the next myth of today's show. So the next myth of today's show, guys, is being sent in by Cash, and it takes place on Call of Duty Zombies in Spaceland. And he says, myth. For Zombies in Spaceland, when doing the robot challenge for rebuilding barriers, would a carpenter drop complete the challenge? And then a load of pizza emojis. Now, you guys know that inside Zombies in Spaceland, we have our buddy Neil the robot, and he has loads of challenges for us to do. One of these challenges is to rebuild 15 barricades. So you would just go up, normally building the windows, and that's how you complete the challenge. Do 15 in 45 seconds. But if we actually use the carpenter drop, which is supposed to rebuild every window around the map, will that then count towards this challenge? Let's check it out. So right now, guys, we do have that challenge activated, but I need to go over to Neil and click him so it starts again. There we go. And we've got that carpenter drop as well. So let's check it out, dudes. Let's pick up the carpenter drop, and no, it doesn't actually work. Honestly, I thought this was going to work right there. That's really surprised me because all of the windows have now been repaired. All the boards from the windows are now present, and it's still telling me that we haven't rebuilt all the windows. So, unfortunately, the carpenter drop doesn't work on Neil's challenge where you've got to rebuild windows. Very strange. But there you go, dudes. Thank you so much for sending that in, Cash. That was really fun to find out. And let's get on to the next myth of today's show. So the next myth of today's show, guys, is taking place on Black Ops 3 Zombies, and it's being sent in by my boy CB654. And they say, myth. In Black Ops 3, if you use the Gobble Disorderly Combat, I don't know how to spell it, lol, a death machine spawns in. Can you pick up the death machine? And then more pizza emojis than I've seen in about a week. But let's go and check it out, guys. Can you get the death machine whilst you have the Gobblegum Disorderly Combat active? So right now, guys, I have got a death machine Gobblegum in my inventory. So we now need to go and hit the Gobblegum machine until it finally gives me the Disorderly Combat. And when it does, I'm going to pop my death machine Gobblegum, drop it on the floor, pick up the Disorderly Combat one, and then run into the death machine, and hopefully it will let me use it. But honestly, I don't know. I don't think I've ever tried this out before, so it's pretty darn interesting. So let's hit the Gobblegum machine right now, because it's 500 points we may as well, and boom, it is green, so it's going to be Disorderly Combat. So there's our death machine on the floor. Pick up our Disorderly Combat Gobblegum right there as well. Let's get a few kills just to set the scene right here so you know what I'm doing. And then we can run straight over to the death machine and see if we can pick it up. Here we go. Boom. No. Oh, wow. Okay, so no, you can't pick up the death machine whilst you've got Disorderly Combat activated. Very, very strange, and I did not know that. Really, really cool, though. I like finding this stuff out. So thank you so much to my boy Beast for sending that in, dude. No, you can't pick it up, and thank you so much for that. And let's get on to the next myth of today's show. So the next myth today, guys, is being sent in by Das Right, and he wants to know, on Zombies in Spaceland, if you only have fists out and go down and get self-revived, and then go to the Lost and Found, does it give you your fists back? Now, you guys know that in last week's episode, we found out that if you go up to the Pack-a-Punch machine, leave both of your weapons in there so you don't have any weapons left, you actually have your fists, and you can run around punching zombies as much as you like. So we're now going to go down whilst we've got our fists out, run over to the Lost and Found, see what weapon we get when we get over to that place. So let's go and check it out, dude. So we are now spawned back into the map with our starting pistol, and we're running over to that Lost and Found. Let's pick up whatever it's gonna give us. Let's see what's it gonna be, dudes. Oh, wow, yeah, dudes, it does. It actually just gives you your fists back. I don't have any weapons in my inventory anymore, just my fists. That's really cool. So it actually remembers that. I honestly thought it would just keep me with the starting pistol, but no, dudes, it gives you the fist back. That's awesome. So thank you, dude. Honestly, that's so cool. Thank you so much for sending that in, man. You are absolutely awesome. That's right. And let's go on to the next myth of today, dudes. So the next myth today, guys, is being sent in by Savage Son, and this takes place on Zombies in Spaceland as well. And he wants to find out what happens if you stay in one spot for a long time and use the rewind grenade. Will you stay still? And then loads and loads of pizza emojis. Now, we found out that the rewind grenade does not rewind time itself, it just rewinds the player's position. If you were running along one path, then you click rewind, it would take you back to where you were 5 seconds ago on that path. So surely if we stood still for 5 to 10 seconds and then activate the rewind grenade, that will then just keep us in the same position, right? Weirdly enough, wrong. I stood in the exact same place for 20 seconds and then I activated rewind and it still took me back to where I was about a minute ago, but it was my last known location when I was still moving. Very, very, very weird. So yeah, the rewind grenade must be a little bit more specific with its coding than we actually thought. It's not about just rewinding 5 seconds ago, it's rewinding to the player's last location or the amount of steps that they've taken over a certain amount of time. Very, very cool, but yeah, apparently it doesn't actually keep you in the same spot if you stand in there for ages, then rewind. But Savage Son, thank you for sending that in, dude, and let's go on to the next myth of today's show, which has been sent in by the KH Fan 12, and they say, myth: on Origins, when you pack a punch, what happens if one of the generators is turned off during the process when it's in the machine? So you guys know that on Origins, you have to have 6 generators powered up to be able to use the pack-a-punch. And what my boy the Kafan says is basically if one of them turns fully off and we've got a gun inside of the pack-a-punch, will that then make the gun disappear and unable to grab that gun? Let's check it out, dudes. So during this recording, my microphone did not record, so I'm gonna have to tell you exactly what happened while the footage is playing. So we have generator 2 that's going down, right? And then while it's going down, I decided to put the Scar inside of the Pack-a-Punch machine so then we can go and see if we can get it out afterwards. Unfortunately, I got surrounded by so many zombies, I actually end up getting downed, and we can see that the generator is now turned off, but the Scar is still in there. Now, by the time I get up again, it's unable to grab the Scar because it disappears like it always does in the Pack-a-Punch machine if you leave it in there for too long. But considering that the Scar H could actually be seen whilst I was down, suggests that I probably could have picked it up. So yeah, I'm going to say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm about a 9.9% sure that even if the generator turns off with the gun still in the Pack-a-Punch machine, you can still pick that gun up. But thank you so much to the boy Kafan for sending that in, dude. You are awesome. And we now need to get on to our final 2 myths of today's show. So the final myth of today's show, guys, is being sent in by the final ZG, and they say myth. In Zombies in Spaceland, in the boss fight, when the alien sits down, can you hit its back with the axe? Now, normally we'd just go over and melee the alien normally, but we want to go and see if we can do this with the axe number 1, and whilst recording this, I accidentally did someone else's myth, who is called Roman Campbell, and he says, myth, is it possible to kill the brute with the Dragon's Breath, Fate, and Fortune card, or if not, what about the alien boss? So of course, I tried this on the alien boss, and you know what, dudes? It friggin' worked! Yes, you can kill the alien with the Dragon Breath, Fate, and Fortune card. And you know what as well? We can also hit him in the back with the axe and remove his plates, which is absolutely so cool. So there you go, dudes. They are the final 2 myths of this week's Mythbusting Mondays. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. If you did, make sure you absolutely smash a like on it, dudes. We'll aim for 3,115 likes on this video. You know how we do. Also, remember to leave myths inside the comment section right now for next week's episode of Mythbusting Mondays. Remember that they can be Raven the Redwoods myths if you do want them to be as well. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys are absolutely amazing. Remember to subscribe if you are brand new to become the latest member of the Pizza Club, and I will see you guys in the next video or the next live stream. Thank you so much for watching, dudes, and peace out.